Pokemon is short printed, everything is just cooked. Toast. Or is it? Hey guys, Haas with Haas Games and Cards, and I hope you're all doing awesome because you all deserve it. What do we got going on today? Well, today we're going to talk about how Poketubers are lying to you slightly about some things. Definitely lying. Especially with the recent article from Pokebeach, which usually is pretty correct. But they reported that the new Black Bolt White Flare set is short printed. And we hear that so much. We hear that term so much, short printed. Everywhere we go, we hear it, right? Prismatic was short printed, Surging Sparks was short printed, Paldea, which has been very much so printed, but Paldea, Twilight, Prismatic, or we already said Prismatic, and now Black Bolt is going to be short printed, and Destin Rivals is short printed. Our allocations this and our allocations that. Are things really short printed? Let's dive into that and talk about that just a little bit. Poketubers are definitely lying, especially I think with this whole Black Bolt thing, or black and white set coming out. A lot of people are saying after the Pokebeach article going on about how that set's going to be short printed, some stores aren't going to get any, etc., etc. I mean, this is going to be a good set. A lot of people grew up with this set, but a lot more people grew up with Destin Rivals that had a lot more hype to it. Definitely a lot more hype. And I mean, I probably got more Destin Rivals allocations than I have any other set this year. So was that short printed? Or why are we just throwing that term around loosely? I'm going to prove a point. Prove a little point here. It's going to be unpopular. People aren't going to like it. But we're going to go over some numbers and some details and see if this stuff's really short printed, or are people just kind of having a slight misunderstanding, which I think we are. So, especially with Prismatic, Pokemon came out saying we need to print more of this. We are going to print more of this. People are going crazy about the pricing of it, the availability, things like that, right? And restocks, well, yeah, restocks are coming. It's going to bring the prices down. A handful of restocks have come. I've gotten a restock from distribution for Prismatic for ETBs. I didn't get that much. And I also did not, they didn't price it well enough to where you could even sell it for below 120, So a lot of it doesn't make sense. And you'll see that Prismatic Evolutions ETB drop down just a little bit during that time, because I think some people were just trying to sell whatever they had just to quickly offload it. And you'll see that it quickly recovers. We're going to go over a lot of the different sets, a lot of the popular sets that are supposedly short printed, go over some numbers here on availability and quantity, and take a look. And you'll even see it's going to be a little free market update for you too on top of all that. So we're going to go through some things, especially with this TCG Player Mayhem sale that just wrapped up. Where did we land with all that? And why are Poketubers lying? Especially the ones that own shops. It's to create FOMO. To create FOMO so you buy more from them at their higher prices. I mean, I have a shop. I'm an online store, HaasGamesandCards.com, where you can get English and Japanese Pokemon products. Great place to go. Check it out, please. I appreciate you all. But even as a store owner, I'm sitting here saying, yeah, the prices suck. I'm going to have to sell some stuff at some of these crappy prices just because of how distro prices it, but the prices suck, and I acknowledge that. But guy keeps selling stuff, but I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, you see right now, it's like way overpriced. You should just buy it, because you never know when you're going to get it again. Pokemon is going to continue to print this stuff like crazy, especially the brand new sets. They have such a huge print window. They're going to get printed like crazy. So don't FOMO. I mean, if you have the expendable income and that's what you want to do with it, sweet. awesome, do it. But if you feel like you need to buy some of these newer sets right now because you don't know if you're going to be able to get it in the future or not, they have plenty of time to print this stuff, and we saw what they did with Crown Zenith, right? So you got plenty of time. Plenty of time. But let's dive into this. I think Poketubers are just kind of lying, especially about this black and white stuff. So, short printed. Prismatic Evolutions. Is it short printed? Do we get enough out there? Well, look at this. Almost 3,000 quantity is available. In the last 3 months, almost 7,000 ETBs were sold. So, that's a lot. That's a pretty big number. And there's still a lot there. And you have to remember, a lot of people are going to be holding product back to sell it when it gets a little bit higher. That's what some people like to do. Or we also have a big influx of sealed investors. So you just got to remember, there's also a lot of product that you're just not seeing. And this is just TCG Player. You got to remember, there's eBay, there's Whatnot, there's rip and shippers on Drip, TikTok rip and ships. Tons of product in all those platforms, whether it's live or on the platform store, and lots of product getting sold in those ways. We sell off of our website, we do eBay, we do TikTok, we do all of it. You kind of have to keep things going. So Prismatic Evolutions, tons of it sold, tons of it still there, right? The booster bundles, 9,000, almost 10,000 of these sold in the last 3 months, and still 5,000 of them left. Of course, people are also holding on to those as well. Surging Sparks booster boxes, where if you actually want to get this for below market price, this is starting to rebound right here, right? Starting to rebound, $237, but very regularly selling for $239. And there's some 240s in there as well. And if you look at the current availability, this is going to go up within just a few days, I'd say. You're going to be up in the 240s, coming up on 250. So, HozGamesandCards.com, where you can get the booster box below market for now. It will be below market for a while, but after a week or two, I'm going to boost it up to whatever current market price is. So get it while it's cheaper. Should you buy it at this price? I don't know. You're an adult. That's up to you. But if you want it cheaper than current market, that's where you get it. So here we are. 3 month snapshot. 1,400, 1,500. But of course, there's a ton more that were sold over time. This is just a 3 month snapshot. I wish I could adjust it to see like over the last year or so. Still 958 on there. Reprints of this did just happen. Unfortunately, distribution did not price it at a good price, and so you can get this. A lot of stores have them. I don't know if they're holding on to them or if they're just going to post them on here or what's going on. But again, still decent chunks sold. Obviously, it's way more than 1,500 around release time, which isn't caught here. There were a ton on release, and then it got crazy. And then still a ton of reserve and some people holding on to their stock as well. 151 booster bundles. This has been out for a very long time. 151's been out for a very long time. 9,500 sold. Still over 7,000 quantity left on TCG Player. So 151 short printed, obviously not. Tons of it left, and this is just a 3 month snapshot. So that stuff is just going crazy and going up in price. It's always going up in price, as always. And you know what? We forgot about the SPC. The SPC, 1,600 sold. Still 651 in the market. Of course, a lot of people are going to be holding these ones because right now they're on a downfall, but they will go back up at some point. But people were buying this at like $500. You see now that's down to $228, but MSRP on this is $90. That's still a huge gain. And as you can see, we're already getting into the 230s. That price is going to rebound a little bit, but plenty of quantity there. I'm sure eBay was actually probably more plentiful of these ones, but as you can see with the booster bundles, stuff like that, the product's out there, just some people hold on to it and don't sell it right away. But a lot of product is moving and has been moved. Same with 151. Twilight Masquerade, 924 sold in the last 3 months, over 400 left. Only 10 of these sell per day on average. We're at 230 on this thing, but it continues to go up. We have a lot of 240 sells, but still plenty of quantity. It's just no one really wants this set right now. It seems like everybody moves on to the newest and greatest shiny thing, and then after a few months they completely forget about it. Like with our Surging Sparks booster boxes, we have it posted cheaper than anywhere else right now that you can find it, and no interest in it because Destiny Rivals is coming out. And so it's funny because everyone thought Surging Sparks is like the best set in the world, the hype is real, and I love that set. I love Hydreigon in that set and some of the other cards. Ironically, Pikachu is not my favorite card in that set. Hydreigon is, but a lot of people are just on this hype wave and they only want the new stuff, and then when they can't get the new stuff and other stuff is at a little bit better of a price than what it has been during its hype cycle, people don't want to touch it. And I don't blame them. Even at these drop down prices a little bit, I would not buy them at that price. I would wait until the market crashes a bit, but that's going to be a while because we have some really good sets coming out. But Pokemon is definitely going to up their printing. More is going to come. But to say this stuff is short printed, let's keep diving in. Paldea Evolved. This set has been out forever. In a 3-month period, over 1,100 have sold. There's currently 226. Obviously, this set has been out forever. 3 months is not a good window. We need like we need like a whole year graph on the. Oh, you know what? I am stupid. You can change it. This just shows how dumb I am. I apologize, guys. So over just 1 year. So again, Paldea Evolve has been out for a lot longer than a year. But over 4,000 of them have sold in a year. So let's backtrack a little bit. Twilight Masquerade obviously has been out for a minute. 7,000 sold. 400 still available. But 7,000 on just TCG Player, not counting other platforms. Like I've been saying this whole time, other platforms have this stuff readily available. Look at 151. 23,000, almost 24 were sold. 12,000, almost 300 of Surging Sparks. So that's a huge number. Huge number. And again, TCG Player is not the only platform. 12,000 Prismatic Booster Bundles. And 21,000 ETBs. Huge numbers. Huge numbers. Destiny Rivals. Ironically, this set had a little hype at the beginning and then very quickly died down. Currently at 204 market. And about staying there. Doesn't look like it's going to move too much from there. And I don't think this one will move until they do a reprint and they say, hey, the other booster boxes are not enhanced. They don't have the promo. I think that's when this will shoot up and people will panic about it and another hype will ensue. But 2,000 sold, 2,500 almost, and almost 1,500 available. Again, plenty. There's a lot. Let's check out Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces has been out for quite some time. Unfortunately, we can't. Again, I wish we had like a multiple year data set. But in the last year, 2,900 sold, 139 left, only 8 sold a day. This set keeps going up and up and up. But again, That doesn't seem like big numbers, but a lot of it's not moving. A lot of people aren't posting it, and a lot of people are sitting on this waiting for the right price to sell it. Stellar Crown. 9,000 of this sold in a year. 131 left, but again, a lot of people are probably holding on to this. Looks like the booster boxes are definitely making a comeback. Definitely rising back up. We're very quickly going to be in probably that 230 range. Not too far off. So, unpopular opinion time. For all the people that are like, this is short printed, short printed, and there's no product out there, can't get it from anywhere. The people saying that are saying that because they can't just walk into a Walmart and find this stuff. They can't just walk into a GameStop and find this stuff. They want it for MSRP, which is fine. I want it for MSRP too. Distro doesn't even sell it to us at MSRP. So is it correct to say that this stuff is short printed because you can't find it at Walmart, can't find it at GameStop, can't find it at your local game store, can't find it in stock, and can't get it at MSRP? No, it's not short printed because you can literally go to TCG Player and eBay and buy this stuff anytime you want. If all platforms were completely drained of product, then yes, it would be short printed. That makes sense. There'd be nothing available. The problem is there's tons of this stuff available. Lots and lots of this stuff available, kicking around. You can literally go buy it at any time, and I can guarantee when quantities of these ones with lower quantities hit zero, a lot of other people would step up and dump out their stuff. So there's actually tons of product, plenty of product. It's not like Pokemon saw the current demand and said, hey, let's do less printing. They're not that dumb. They make a ton of money. I think people are just mad and upset because they can't get it at market price. At MSRP, and everything's at market price. Now, is there high demand, which makes it to where it's impossible to get MSRP? Of course, there is high demand. A lot of these sets are hyped. A lot of people see the easy money in this. A lot of people are willing to pay market price. There's tons of people willing to pay market price. There's some people that are very loud, especially online, about, diehard MSRP prices, and that's fine. I agree. I'm not going to pay crazy prices for this stuff except from distro when I have to continue my spend and continue to keep my numbers up and to continue having product on the website. But am I going to go to TCG Player today and just start buying all this stuff? No, I'm not. And I wouldn't personally, even if I wasn't a business. I just wouldn't do that. And so that's the thing, though, is while I don't like these prices, I realize there's plenty of it available. I have a ton of my own personal sealed collection in the basement. There's tons of this stuff available, for sure. It's just you don't want to pay these prices. And if you don't want to pay these prices, you're not going to get it. That's just how it works. You will not get this stuff if you don't want to pay these prices, because if you can't walk into a store and find this stuff, market price is valid. If it's not an everyday thing you can find, you're not going to get it for MSRP, and market price is valid. Again, I don't like that. I think these sets are a little too early to be this price this way. But you have to realize there's a lot of consumption because the demand is high. The demand is there, but that doesn't mean it's short printed. You have a lot of distribution accounts going on right now that take up a lot of the bandwidth, me included. I've been in this for the last 2-ish years, and I take up that allocation bandwidth for sure. I definitely do. Not a ton. I'm very insignificant, but I do. You have flippers. You have rip and shippers. You have people that'll camp in front of a GameStop for 2 days straight, which is ridiculous, just to get some product so they can flip it for double whatever they paid for it. Quick, easy money, except for now if you have to camp for 2 days, that's not quick or easy. That's just shitty. I wouldn't do that. I got much better things to do with my time. So you have them consuming a lot. Rip and shippers are consuming a lot. there's just a lot of different things that are taking this product up for sure. But is it because it's not available? Nope. It's just on a platform for a higher price that you don't want to pay and you're not happy about it. And that's okay. That's a reasonable answer. It's reasonable to say, I don't like these prices. I'm not happy with it. I'm not going to buy it at this price. Totally cool. Totally cool. I like that answer. That's the smart answer. For sure, you shouldn't buy it. But it's not short printed. People just have big enough wallets to buy up a lot of this stock and flip it. And they will continue to do so because people keep buying at these prices. If people stop buying at these prices, not only are these high numbers that are on TCG Player, like these 7,300 booster bundles of 151, they wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be that price. It just wouldn't be that price. People race to the bottom with TCG Player unless people are buying it like crazy. I mean, we've seen it with Pokemon singles. Singles are flooding the market right now. They're going down in price. People aren't buying at the higher prices anymore. Same with sealed. If you would just not buy at these prices, you'd be fine. And one thing that I realized while doing some card shows recently is a lot of people on these last 2 card shows I've done, singles have tanked and sealed continues to rise. During the card shows where the sealed product was least expensive and singles were super high up, super hype, and super expensive, like the Giratinas, 151 Charizards, the Gold Crown Zenith cards, while they were very expensive, people were buying them like crazy. People would come to the booth. I'd have some sealed product for a good deal, and they'd come to the booth and buy tons of overpriced singles that were getting way overhyped. Blew my mind. But now in the last 2 card shows, it's flipped. Sealed product has gone up significantly, and singles have dropped down significantly. The singles did not get touched. The last 2 card shows, the singles did not get touched, but do you know what did? All my sealed product that has gone up in price quite a bit, pretty much all sold out. People came by, and even people that have been complaining about prices of sealed product back when it was a little bit cheaper, people came by and were like, while it was cheaper, they would always be like, oh, that's too expensive. Then it shot up, and then they're like, okay, I'm going to buy it. I'm like, whoa, it's like 50 or more bucks now than it was a couple months ago. And you weren't happy with that price a couple of months ago, and now you're buying it. Just blows my mind. It's crazy. Like, buy stuff when it's lower. Buy stuff when it's lower. It just goes to show that people are really creatures of FOMO and hype. People will want to get what's in high demand. I don't have time on this video, but I'll post it up on like our community posts or something on YouTube here. But I remember seeing some posts I did on my Facebook Marketplace for cases of booster boxes for like $600. They've gone a little bit above. $600 is like $100 a box. That's not bad to get out on the streets, right? I remember today looking at several different posts where I'm like, I will get you guys cases of booster boxes for $600. I don't have a store. I'm just trying to increase my spend. So I'd be like, I'm doing an order. Give me money. Jump in on this order, and you'll get a case for super cheap than whatever it is on the street, right? They'd be going for like $660, maybe $700 max, and people wouldn't do it because it wasn't hype, it wasn't popular, it wasn't expensive. People didn't see that big dollar sign, right? And I kept warning people, kept saying, hey, distribution is starting to limit how much we can order. Prices are slightly going up. It looks like these are probably going to go out of stock, but they're still very cheap. Get them before it gets crazy. And people pass it up. And then once everything spiked, people were like, oh, can you still get me these deals and this product? I'm like, first of all, the product doesn't exist on the distro level now, and absolutely not. Can't do those prices anymore. And people are flabbergasted. It's like, well, why didn't you buy while you knew it was cheap? We all saw that things were going up in price. The signs were there. And even now, when I get a booster box order from distro, and let's say it's like $200 that they make us pay per box, and the market price is $210. That to me says, ooh, we got a few weeks before all this spikes up by another $20 to $50, right? So I'll try to be like, hey guys, we're going to see a price hike. Let's get this going. And they won't touch it. They will not touch it until after the hike. And then they say, whatever the price is now, I want it. I want it. So, moral of the story. To wrap it up, to sum it up, this isn't short printed. There's plenty of stuff out there. Allocations are spread out by more stores, for sure. So not every store gets as much as they used to. But overall, the same amount of product is there. It's just at a price that people don't want to pay, except there are still tons of people paying at those prices. It's just the loud ones that complain the most are the ones being seen the most. As you can see, this overpriced stuff, this overpriced shit is getting sold all the time. The people that want it, that are complaining about it, are just not buying at these prices, but there's plenty of stock and availability all over third-party markets. So, not short printed, just priced wrong. And that's okay. It's okay if you don't like it because it's priced wrong. It's not okay to say it's short printed when there's plenty of crap out there, especially with people and these new investors that are just hoarding product and are going to hold on to it for a while till it keeps going up. But when Pokemon does print more, when Pokemon does flood the market, you're going to see a lot of people get hurt by that, see their numbers go down, and not be able to play a long game. Of course, 5 to 10 years from now, any set is going to be way more than what it was, right? People are going to see a drop, not be able to handle that pain. They're going to panic sell everything for cheap. I think that's what we're going to see at some point. I don't know when, because Pokemon needs to do their end and get stuff going. We have to hope scalpers don't have deep enough pockets to just consume all of it before we can get it. Distro needs to lower their prices. There's so many different things that need to change. So many different things that need to change. But the biggest thing that needs to change, you guys need to stop buying this shit at this price, or else it's going to keep being at this price and continue to rise. So, it's up to you guys ultimately. Up to you guys ultimately. Also, guys, I should have mentioned this earlier, because I don't think people are going to watch this video for that long. Surging Sparks Booster Bundle, we're doing a giveaway on it. In the video description of this video will be a link to another video. You need to go like, subscribe, share, comment to get entered in to get this Surging Sparks Booster Bundle free giveaway. Cannot ship outside the United States, so only United States people only. We were going to do a Pokemon Center Prismatic Evolutions ETB giveaway, but we were running this giveaway for about 4 to 6 months, trying to get people to share everything and get to 10,000 subs. It did not happen. That's fine. But I said we'd still give something away on my birthday, and that's what it's going to be, is that Surging Sparks Booster Bundle. So guys, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the free, easy stuff to do. Remember, it's not short printed. It's just a price you don't like, which is okay. Just don't buy. Just wait. It's okay to say no and miss out. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyways, I hope you all have a good night. Don't do anything crazy, like in a physical altercation for a freaking prismatic ETB. What the fuck?